Hello, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending upon which part of the world you are from. And welcome to Mokxa Digital Transformation Series webinar. I'm Vincent, moderator for today's session, and I will be with you for the next 1 hour in this webinar. In today's session, we will showcase you how an interfaceless automated app built on low-code leader Joget can be the game changer in your daily business routines. But before we begin, there are a few housekeeping items to go over. First of all, today's session will be recorded, and if you miss out any of our sessions today, don't worry. We will provide you with the recording and the slides later. You will have the access to it, and don't forget to check your inbox. And we are actively taking questions, comments, suggestions from the audience. So if you have any questions anytime throughout the session, do not hesitate to reach out to us using the Q&A tab at the bottom of the Zoom control panel. Our industry experts will address as many of them as possible at the end of the webinar. You will also be directed to a webinar survey after today's session. And as always, we will be more than happy to hear from you. We would really appreciate it if you could spend a few moments and let us know how we can make this webinar better for you in the future. Today, the session will be led by Padmanabha Bhatta, also known as PSB. As the head of operations at Mokxa Technologies, PSB has advised and led multitude of successful large technology transformation for large enterprises globally across myriad industries. He brings a strong track record of delivering innovative technology solutions, organizational team building, and process transformations. He is also a relentless innovator in efficiency and exceptional client service. PSB, would you like to say hi to the audience?
Thanks, Vincent. Hello, everyone. So excited to see you all on the webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time. We are looking forward to making this a very productive, useful, and worthwhile conversation. Thank you so much. Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you so much, PSB. So he will be speaking along with Harminder Singh, our senior solution architect. Based out of the United States, Harminder has more than 10 years of experience working with various IT customers in consulting, application development using Joget, digital transformation, and rapid solution delivery. As a seasoned innovator, Harminder leverages his hybrid experience to provide various tech solutions to businesses solving their IT challenges. So both PSB and Harminder will take us through the journey of transforming and automating your business processes through a simple and innovative solutions without causing a huge business impact on your existing workflow. Harminder, would you like to say hi to the audience?
Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. Looking forward to have a good session today.
Thank you, Harminder. So as many of you may be aware that we have the pleasure to invite Christophe Savery from Generali Real Estate for today's session. Generali is one of the top 10 insurance and asset management providers in the world, and they are established since 1831 and headquartered in Italy. They have presence in 50 countries in the world with around 75,000 employees serving 67 million customers. So a little bit more about Christophe, right? Based out of Paris, he is an evangelist of business process automation, IT management, and offshore management. With more than 20 years of industry experience, he is also a firm believer in making good use of these technology tools to easily and inexpensively implement solutions to optimize operational efficiency at the heart of companies. Unfortunately, due to some unexpected family matters that came up very lately, he's unable to join us today. But nevertheless, don't be disappointed because we have him recorded a testimonial along with some of the messages that he wants to share with all the folks on the call today. So be sure to stay on the call and be on the lookout for that. So before we begin, please allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce Mokxa Technologies to you. Established since 2013, Mokxa is a global technology solutions provider that deliver a peace of mind to our clients, our partners, our stakeholders globally through hybrid thinking and deep domain expertise. So nowadays, enterprises and business owners, they have always needed to innovate at a faster pace, and they have always wanted to transform at the speed of their business. So at Mokxa, we enable this because we are very focused in simplifying enterprise IT. In essence, delivering innovative, game-changing solutions through our lines of business like providing CIO services, futuristic platforms like Joget, enterprise architecture, IT security, and business solutions delivery and support. So to further talk more about our offerings, I had the pleasure to pass on the floor to PSB, where he will bring to you the gist of transforming and automating your business processes without reinventing the wheel using local leader Joget. Over to you, PSB.
Hey, thank you, Vincent. Thank you so much for introducing Mokxa. True to our name, we are singularly focused on providing peace of mind to our clients and on simplifying IT. The hybrid thinking, as we like to call it, which basically brings a human-centric approach to our solutions, services, and in fact, how we treat all of our stakeholders, in addition to relentless innovation in terms of usage of technology, is what sets us apart. That's how we would like to think about ourselves. Vincent, if you can bring up the next slide, please. Thank you. So let me introduce Joget. Many of you may be already aware, and some of you are probably using Joget. Joget is an industry-leading open source, low-code, no-code, rapid application development and workflow automation platform. Joget was created way back in 2009 as a low-code workflow automation platform, way before low-code was a fashion trend as it is now. Joget DX, as we have branded it, is the 7th version of the platform. With Joget, you can quickly create enterprise-ready, mobile-ready applications by building screens, navigations, workflows, reports, dashboards, and all types of integrations, through APIs, etc. All of it visually with, just drag and drop features and very simple no-code configurations. We have seen development times reductions up to 70% vis-a-vis any high code building of similar applications. And Joget also provides an open plugin architecture that helps you extend the platform for any custom needs of your enterprise. So that makes it part of your instance of Joget, and kind of, then those components kind of become the drag and drop features for your own enterprise. With API builders and several ways to embed Joget applications in your enterprise environment, Joget applications can easily coexist and integrate with any type of technology. In fact, Joget can be that glue or the super app, as we can call it, to orchestrate composable business applications architecture and bring together your enterprise applications in a single seamless workflow. Last but not the least, with very minimal coding and with no proprietary scripting or programming languages being needed, it is very easy for the non-coders or the citizen developers in your organizations, and even the current professional developers who may be working on other technologies, to quickly ramp up on Joget with a low or minimum learning curve. Thank you, Vincent. If you can go to the next slide. I'm also very excited to let you know about the next version of Joget, version 8 or Joget DX8, the release of which is just around the corner. The enhancements to the UI, UX design and governance are indeed game-changing, in this version of Joget. features like responsive single page applications, dynamic UI with page components, redesigned visual builder, that makes it very intuitive, much more intuitive for the designers, and that is really a cool feature that we are very much excited about. The preview edition of Joget version 8 is already out, and if anybody is interested to play with it, we'll be more than happy to share that. And on the governance side, for version 8, there are a lot of inbuilt automated health check reports and alerts, QA, security, and performance audits that are available right out of the box on the platform, that potentially make Joget the only low-code platform with this elaborate application performance monitoring that is built into the platform. Next slide, please, Vincent. So wherever you have any kind of laborious or manual processes or siloed communication between departments, and administration inefficiencies because the certain tasks do not appear in people's inbox, or they get lost in emails, and you have frequently missed deadlines, or even untracked deadlines, weak security or performance permissions, or missing auditability that you may have, Joget can be your right answer. Next slide, please, Vincent. Thank you. So while we can develop end-to-end enterprise-ready, fully contained applications on the Joget platforms, such as this e-procurement application that you are seeing on the screen here, using Joget, with very low total cost of ownership and various deployment options, and with there are a lot of inbuilt extensions such as one for AI and multiple blockchains, and easily configurable API builders for any type of integrations. There are infinite possibilities that one can use Joget for. However, today what we are going to showcase is an ingenious way of quickly automating manual processes without bringing in too much of disruption to your users or in your IT environment, by leveraging any kind of existing front end that you may have. And today we specifically showcase with how an application just like email, that you can achieve that, but pretty much you can use that with any kind of front end you may have. And similarly, other scenario could be you could use Joget for front end, and you could still use a lot of the existing processing platforms, ERPs, etc., that may be on your back end. So we are very excited to see you all, and I'm very hopeful this will be a very useful demo for all of you. Thank you, Vincent, and you can take it over, please.
Thank you so much, PSB. All right. Yeah, that's truly such a lot of meaningful insights for every one of us on the floor today. It is really fascinating to realize and important for all of us to know that what all of these innovations can do wonders for businesses to actually become more and more efficient, to become more resilient, and most importantly, enable scalability at a rapid pace, especially to overcome some of the underlying business pain points that PSB has just mentioned on one of his earlier slides. So moving on, we would like to go ahead and have a full session to collect some live insights from all of you today. If you don't mind, I will bring that on my screen. Give me a moment. Okay, there you go. So you should be able to look at the poll. It should be coming up to your screen right now. So the question is, how do you manage your business approval process at the moment? A, are you managing it manually through emails or download and sign PDFs, printouts, etc.? Or B, are you managing it through a third-party application? Or C, are you managing it through an in-house application? So please go ahead and cast your vote. I'm going to leave the poll open for about a minute, making sure that everybody has enough time to submit their vote. And just a gentle reminder, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments throughout this session, anytime, feel free to drop your comments at the Q&A tab at the bottom of the Zoom control panel. Our industry experts will get back to it as many as possible towards the end of today's session. Okay, looks like we have received a number of overwhelming responses, and I'm going to end the poll in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the question is, how do you manage your business approval process at the moment? And let's take a look at the result that we have gotten. Wow, an overwhelming response of 75% say that they are currently managing it manually through emails, downloads, and sign and printouts. 8% from the audience saying that they are currently managing it through a third-party application. And another 17% of the folks are currently managing it through an in-house application. So that provides some live insights for today's poll. And very quickly, I'm going to move on to our next session. Harminder, he's going to walk through the capabilities of how a headless solution platform can help you to create business value without causing massive disruption to your existing business process using an automated order approval app built on Joget as an example. Over to you, Harminder.
Thanks, Vincent. Thanks, PSP. So to showcase one of the innovative way of using Joget today, I'm going to demonstrate one of the use case which many of our customers implemented. Instead of building an end-to-end application, Joget is being mainly used for processing in the background, while still preserving the current technology at the front end. The business problem that we are trying to solve is the approval process, which involves emails and that involves documents attached into it. The approvers who actually approve the documents are on move, and there is no usually quick way for them to approve and sign. If we think about existing process, the requester usually send an email and with an attachment to approver manager, and someone from a manager's team would print that document and share it with manager. And manager would review that document and whenever he came to office and sign that document. And after signing that, that document is again scanned back and sent back to the requester, or in case of rejection, and rejection email is sent to the user. So this is where our innovation came with the headless solution. We just introduced an headless system with powerful workflow provided by Joget. Users do not have to log into any new system. They can just use their existing emails, and Joget would work behind the scenes. So as this workflow that we are looking on the screen, the entire process is working behind the scenes. Joget is configured to and a standard email box, which where sender would send an email with a specific subject and attachment. Application will read that email and process the attached PDF and extract the content from the PDF and validate it. And it will also use the other content and send it across the approvers, and which could be the invoice number, amount, and the approval details. It is also used to decide the approvers who is going to approve that. Based on as a normally approvers are on the move, they can just view that sent email by the Joget system and responds with the simple approved and rejected in email. Joget system will continue to read that email, and based upon the response from the end user, it will make the decision of approved and rejected. And in case of rejection, and rejection email will be sent, but in case of approved, an email with a signed document is sent back to the user. So how it works, Vincent, can we move to next slide? So there are 4 main components behind the scenes. First one, email polling system. So Joget is configured to read a specific email box with the IMAP and POP3 protocols. Here, Joget's plugin capability came into picture as described by PSB. So there, that plugin will continue to read the emails on a specific fixed duration. It will read the content and the other information like sender and attachment, and it will add that information into the database for the further processing. Now, an PDF reader component, which is another component which use the advantage of Apache's POI library, will read that attached PDF and extract the information from it. The information is used for flow control. It is also used for validating the PDF as well. If it doesn't have a specific format, it will reject. All those information is also stored back into the database for further flow control. Next came is the workflow engine, which is the brain of this application, which Joget, with help of powerful workflow engine of Joget makes the decision on the basis of extracted information, which we got from PDF reader and from the polling engine. It makes a decision where to send the approval based upon the approval information extracted from the PDF, and also based upon the response came from the user, it decides that whether it need to approve go for approval flow and send an approved email, or otherwise an rejection email would be sent. Lastly, we have e-signature component, which do the final stamping of the document. So without any human intervention, we have used the same Apache POI library to add signature on specific location in the document. So user don't need to log in and sign anything. They just need to set up their signature one time. So let's move on to the showcase. Vincent, can I present?
Sure. Thank you so much, Harminder, for bringing some of the highlights of this powerful headless solution. And I'm going to stop my screen share for now and allow you to take over for the showcase of the day. Over to you, Harminder.
Thanks, Vincent. So let me present. Hope everybody is able to see my screen. So as I mentioned, user just need to log in into system one time. They can so only approvers need to configure their profile for adding up the signature, so they can log in into system and add their signature. They can use the built-in e-signature feature over here to create a digital signature. If they are not tech savvy, they can also use an uploaded image for the signature. After that, they can save this form, and their task on the Joget is complete. Now, moving on, how the actual process works. I have composed few emails for sending. This is approver. This is requester's account, and requester would send an email with a specific subject to a specific email box here. This is the email box which has been used, and the subject which system is referring to order approval, and we'll attach two PDF. One is valid, another one is invalid. So behind the scene, Joget process these emails. That polling process takes less than a minute. So what does it do? It reads the email and see the attachments and extract the information from the attachment. It checks the specific format of the PDF which is attached. In case that PDF is not recognized, then it will send a rejection email. Document not recognized email. So user can respond back to that. In case of the approval, if the documents are valid, it will forward that content to the approvers, which is part of the that PDF. So here, if you have seen that my user account was KML, based upon this, it have picked my email address for the approval process. So let's see, I got an email as an approver. So what other information we extracted from the document? It also extract the information of the invoice number, the reference number. It extracted the amount and the inspector details, which is the approver. So now I can just I can, as an approver, just approve this email by simply sending a message approved. This process will take just a minute. And on approval, the requester will get a document with the signed PDF with the sign which we just created on the system. So this concludes the workflow of the application. Vincent, I would like to you to take control of the system. Thank you.
Absolutely, Harminder. Let me bring back up my screen. Okay, there you go.
To conclude, using this kind of system, we have seen application users typically get approximately 45% of faster approvals. There is approximately 75% reduction of the manual efforts because everything is over email, and there is no additional login required. And it also reduced approximately 60% reduction in the paper usage in the industry. So this way of innovative way of using Joget as an automation tool, we also effectively using of the audit, because Joget is keeping all the data behind the scenes without any disruption in the existing application. That concludes my presentation. Over to you, Vincent.
Well, thank you so much, Harminder, for showcasing the headless solution and all of the possibilities that we could achieve through the example that you have just shown us, bringing an innovative thought process that would ease the way people do business. And it's thrilling to know that we'll get to maintain the existing modus operandi while implementing all of this automation. So with that, we will move on to the second poll of the day, and I will quickly bring up my screen, and there you go. This poll should be launched by now. So the question is, would you like to understand more about how hybrid thinking and game-changing solutions can be helpful to your enterprise IT? Please feel free to make your selection and cast your vote below. I'm gonna leave the poll open for about a minute, making sure that everybody has enough time to submit their vote. And just another quick reminder that today's session was being recorded. So if you want to rewatch any of the session today, or you have missed out any important part, don't worry, because we will be emailing the on-demand link to you. So don't forget to check your inbox right after the webinar. Okay. So we are almost coming towards the end of the poll. I'm going to count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Once again, thank you so much for all of you that shows interest about to explore more about the various possible IT solutions with Mokxa. Our industry expert will be more than happy to follow up with you offline about that. So the session has gotten more exciting now, isn't it? Up next on the floor will be a session from Christophe Savery, the IT manager at Generali Real Estate, which is also a part of the Generali group. So using Joget, Mokxa has closely supported Generali in their digital transformation journey by transforming and automating some of their business processes. And actually, the app that Harminder and PSB just presented and showcased to you today is just one of it. So as I have mentioned at the beginning of today's session, we are going to be playing a recording coming from Christophe about his story and the overall journey of Christophe with Mokxa and Joget. So please allow me to change my screen. I'm going to bring up the video in a while. All right. It should be coming up by now.
Hi, my name is Christophe Savery. I work for Generali Real Estate and I'm IT manager there. Generali Real Estate is a part of Generali Insurance, a Fortune 500 company. At GRE, we manage the overall real estate value chain. We noticed that today, to face challenges and opportunities, we had to be agile and quick to adapt our operating model. For sure, this requires the IT department to support the pace. The time to market of new functionalities or even evolutions is absolutely key.
In order to guarantee the proper functioning of our activities, we must ensure that our master data are reliable and up-to-date. This requires the coordination of many contributors and the usage of external systems such as Dow Jones and Dun & Bradstreet. This is incredibly laborious and time-consuming, but above all, because of the manual actions, it generates a high risk of human error.
So that's why we opted for a radically different strategy that allowed us to obtain the benefits of a low-coding solution almost immediately, and even to meet an extremely urgent business need in a short time and at a competitive cost. First, we selected Joget as the only vendor on the market providing the so powerful and flexible solution, and with a top-notch support. Secondly, we have co-created with Mokxa an operating model where Mokxa acts as our virtual development team in extension of our own team. We have standardized the request management process to meet the most possible efficiency and implemented real-time collaboration tools to enable the most easy and fluid interactions between us.
thanks to Mokxa, we were able to get an application delivered into production within less than a month. It is now really a pure happiness since the coordination of contributors is now totally automated. The collection of information from the external database by using API. No one touches the database. Everything is done automatically. And moreover, we have a real-time status of the update operations. We expect to update many more in the future to increase the operational efficiency and the security of our organization.
Along with Joget, we consider Mokxa as a game changer who enables us to make a difference on a daily basis.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone for staying through with us. I'm gonna bring back up my screen. Please excuse me for a moment. All right, there you go. The screen should be up by right now. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, Christophe, for our business. It is indeed our pleasure, and we are so glad that the Joget platform coupled with our Mokxa services has bring such impactful transformation to you as well as to Generali Real Estate. We will definitely continue to extend our best services and top-notch support to you. So moving on, we are coming towards the end of the session, but before that, it's getting more excited because it's coming towards the Q&A, and we have received a couple of questions and comments up from the floor. Thank you so much, folks, for bringing it up, and let's get to some of those. So the first one on the floor is actually these questions coming up from Mr. Peter. This question was actually directed to you, Harminder. He's asking that why do we not use high-code solutions like Java, Spring, Python, PHP, etc.? Over to you, Harminder.
Usually, yeah, nice question, Peter. So usually these solutions, the high-code solution would take time, because think about user management, workflow, and not only the email reading process and PDF generation. All these processes usually take time to develop. However, you can take advantage of a low-code system like Joget, which have all these components pre-built, and you can just quickly develop the application and you can quickly develop the application and go live. However, when you're using Joget, you are taking advantage of the pre-built features of Java and Spring and Hibernate framework. You can take advantage of that.
Okay, thank you very much, Harminder. So coming up next on the floor, we actually have another one, which is also directed to some of the points that you have just mentioned. We have this someone coming from the floor that asks about how to download the plugin for email approval. Would you like to take that? Thank you.
We will definitely put this this plugin into marketplace, and you can download it from there. However, there is an old version of this email approval application is available that you can download and use it.
Thank you so much, Harminder. We also have another one on the floor coming up, is asking that why it is not to use Python instead of Bean Shell Java on Joget. PSB, Harminder, would you guys like to take over?
Yeah, so Joget is developed using Java framework, so its main language is Java. So that's why we can't use Python in Bean Shell code. However, you can interact between systems with other means like APIs and other when you are interacting with any component which you have developed in Python and you want to interact with it, you can use it.
Thank you so much, Harminder. PSB, would you like to add more spices to it?
No, I think Harminder has answered it. There is always, you can always make any programming language or anything as a component and wrap it for usage with Joget. So it is not that you cannot use a Python component or anything like that. You can always wrap it in a module and then use it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PSD. And we actually have another question on the floor. It was actually answered, but I would like to also bring it up again. We have this one coming up that asking why PDF for this headless solution.
Yeah, I think as I answered, the PDF happened to be the the case, or the document format, in this case, and many of the other places, mainly because the orders or invoices are usually in PDFs. Nevertheless, the format could be anything. You will just need to use the appropriate libraries to use those formats accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PSD. So actually, we have got a lot of really great ones from the audience. And if you have more questions, please put it on. If you might not be able to get them on, don't worry. We certainly will be more than happy to follow up with you offline. There are also certain handouts on the chat that you can avail yourself of, and that will give you some insightful information about the various solutions and some of the other offerings that we provide. Okay, there's another one coming up from the floor. I'm going to quickly read it out. So this question is asking that what are the other enhancements that could be made aside from what you guys have showcased today? Harminder, PSD, would you like to take over? Thank you.
So in terms of enhancements to this system, first of all, like interacting with any other system, like this was developed with the email. So just think about creating a headless application which can interact with WhatsApp, chatbots, and SMS, and you have a complete workflow behind the scenes. That's one part of enhancement when you're interacting with any front-end system. On the other hand, like enhancing the features of this application, you can think of integrating with AI and ML. Joget have built-in capability to add a TensorFlow plugin models into it, and you can use that to and you can train your models and use it for better flow control, as well as for performing some operations on the different set of data, like extracting and other stuff. So there is a lot of possibilities in this.
Thank you so much, Harminder. So actually part of your answer just now to one of the earlier questions actually lead to the next one. Very interesting coming up from John, that he's asking how much time did you guys actually took to develop this headless solution for the client?
So it just take less than 1 week to develop and test, and we were production ready after that.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. It is a proven testimonial of one of PSB's earlier slides that talks about developing applications and business solutions in a matter of days and weeks instead of months. So yeah, another interesting questions coming up from the floor. I believe he would like to explore more sophisticated capabilities with Joget, because this guy is asking that can we extend the solution by adding further capabilities like AI or machine learning?
I think I've already answered some part of this. Like, yeah, you can extend it this capability one with the help of TensorFlow plugin, which is built in. Also, I mean, there is a very good use case from one of our clients in Saudi, where we are using AI to extract invoice information, and further processing. We are using Joget for that. So yeah, Joget is completely compatible with AI. PSP, you want to add something?
Thank you so much, Harminder. Yeah, PSP, would you like to add more to it?
No, I think Harminder already answered. There are a lot of our clients, that are using Joget along with the with AI models, with the easy configuration through the API builders. It is easily extendable to any type of whether it is AI or IoT modules or blockchain. So I think that's a fairly common use case nowadays. So that's very exciting.
Thank you so much, PSB. We have another one coming up from the floor that he's actually requesting any of you guys can actually conclude shortly about the main users of Joget. Like he would like to know like the overall Joget in a nutshell. Would you guys like to talk a little bit more about it?
Sure. I think Joget is definitely one of the few end-to-end low-code platform with all the layers of an enterprise application that we are able to develop in one platform, as opposed to a lot of others being either they are low-code just on the front end, or they have processes that are low-code. I think with Joget you pretty much have the end-to-end solution, and Joget that was started with the low code in mind way back in 2009. So it is it's a complete and comprehensive solution. But at the same time, at all places in Joget, the interfacing, as well as any type of customization and introduction of including modules or kind of interfaces, or even in some cases you want to introduce certain high code because you have a custom requirement, all that is very much possible. So it may sound like cliche, but a lot of our clients choose Joget because of that flexibility. And wherever we have had clients who are very particular about these interfaces, and how it can coexist with a lot of their existing systems or even products, and they evaluated even hundreds of products, kind of Joget surfaced at the top because of this kind of flexibility.
Thank you so much, PSC, for that. Hope that answer your questions.
So Vincent, I see a couple of questions here that I would like to answer, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead, PSC.
Yeah, I think one of the questions was about the BI and reporting capabilities. There is obviously right with the data list and the report builder, you have the basic reporting capability that's already available. And I don't know if some of you have taken a look at the eChart plugin that is available on the marketplace, that gives a very nice dashboarding capabilities. The procurement dashboard that we flashed during the presentation was built using that. And also regarding the UI questions that are here, we while Joget DX or the version 7, there are a lot of enhancement that you can do, including your own CSS styles or style sheets or HTML, etc. The version 8 is a game changer. I would strongly encourage taking a look at the preview edition that is already available. It gives a lot of controls and features to the visual design builder. So I'll definitely encourage you to take a look at that.
Thank you so much, PSP, for addressing some of those questions. Yeah, looking at the list, yes, we have another one on the floor. I believe this gentleman, because the question coming up was, what other use cases that you can think of or you can suggest where a headless solution might be built on top of the existing technologies? Over to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, you know, purely from a headless solution standpoint, you know, a lot of our clients have used it, you know, where they already have a front end, or, you know, they have you know, website or a portal, but they want to add the processing capabilities, or they do not, they have heavily invested you know, front end capabilities either through ERPs or other applications that they have built, and then they want to you know, building anything on top of that would be probably a lot of high code, and it would take large amount of investment. Then you know, either embedding just the process part of Joget, or even embedding, you know, certain Joget forms into those applications or into those web portals and websites is very easy to do, and, you know, Joget specifically provides those configurations so that so that way, you know, there are quite a few scenarios, you know, where you could use this innovation.
Okay. Thank you so much, PSB, for taking that questions. All right. So yeah, we are almost coming to the end of today's session. And before we go, feel free to check out the Mokxa website at mokxa.com and follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter for regular updates about the various products and services that we offer. Also, I want to once again thank PSB and Harminder again for giving such a great presentation, showcase, and such a great use cases. You guys have set a great context for everyone on the floor today to start thinking about how could one aspire to streamline and boost their overall business transformation in this age of digital era where everybody constantly talks about wanted to do something differently from their competitor. So very, very insightful information shared once again. Thank you so much. And featured on the slide is our headquarters, which is located at Maryland, United States. Aside from PSB and Harminder, who is actually based out of the US, we also have a global team from various regions and background across the globe. As you can see, aside from US, we have teams located in Canada, in the Middle East. Some of us was from in India, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Australia. So no matter which part of the world you are from, right, feel free to reach out to us at info@mokxa.com for any business solutions that you require. We will be more than happy to help. So finally, I want to thank you all again for spending your valuable time with us in this rapid 1-hour webinar. Your presence has definitely made this session a successful one, and don't forget to provide your feedback through the survey form that will be directed to you after this session. Thank you all. This is Vincent Lee, and I'm signing off from today. Stay safe and have a nice day. See you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.